Hey guys, Tabitha here, and today I'm going to show you just how easy it is to create a website using MenuHost. This is by far the easiest way for restaurants to be able to create a website online that not only looks good, it also speaks Google's language. And the best part is that once you put your menu in once, it automatically generates it to a shareable PDF. So with that, let's get started. So right here you can see I'm inside the dashboard. I'm just in a tester client site. And so you can see right now we don't have any websites created. So we're gonna go here, create your site. And then you can choose between classic, modern, and upscale. And you can check out all of these demo previews right here if you want to see what they are. Right now I'm just doing a diner, so I'm just gonna go with the modern. And then in the restaurant type, I'm just gonna go right here down into classic American diner. And then I'll click the denim burger. We can change all of this stuff later. But this is just to easily get started and get the basics up so that way you can have a live website as soon as you're done with this wizard. And so then we're gonna go here. Go here. And we can see we already have it. There's our hero image. And then we'll go to the next step. And then our hours, we're open daily from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. 10, then we're gonna do that. And now we get to get started with our menu. And so with that being said, we're gonna start with our breakfast menu, and then we'll add All right, now we have our menu in there, so let's move on to the next section. And you can see we can go ahead and add in all of our gallery photos. All right, and then you would add in all of your social links right here. And I'm just putting the hashtag in there just so that way you could see where it shows up on the website. If we had social links, we would put it right here. And then in our about section, you can go ahead and add that information in there too. And then we can add in about one, and then we'll put it on online ordering links as well. And then you can see here's all of our information. We can double check to make sure everything is correct. If it's not, then we can go back in and add it later. And then let's go ahead and create our site. Now you can see it's input all of our information in there. And here's our hero image. Here's our welcome, and here's our tagline. Our about section with our image. Here's our first menu that we've had so far. And then you can see our opening hours are already here. Our gallery images, it's still loading. It's okay, we have our reviews right here. And then we have ready to order, and then reserve, order on Toast, or order on DoorDash, and then we can change this button here. But now you can see it's already mapped where our business is so that Google Maps shows up right there. And then we have our social links that we added in earlier as well. And then the contact button, this will link out directly so people ordering on mobile can still order directly from you. And as you can see, we have a beautiful website within minutes, just straight out the gate. And now we can actually go in and kind of mess around a little bit and add some more details to make this site fully ready to go live. But if you just wanted something up there quickly, this is enough information to look amazing as a live website. So we'll go in and we can see. And now we could put our price range because it's just a diner. And all that is going to go directly into the schema on the website, which is the language that Google speaks. And so that way it automatically has all of this information sent directly to Google from the first creation of your website. And then here you can see this our main photo and headline, welcome to Sunnyside Diner, classic American comfort food served all day, and then call now, and then here's the phone number, and then we could add a second button, change that up if we wanted to. And so this view menu would click it, bring it straight down to the menu section. And then here is your background photo, which you can easily change just by clicking this button right here. And then we'll go into our story. And then you can see here's about Sunnyside Diner, and you could change up all of this text as well, and then choose your photo. And then we'll go down to the menu. And so you can see here, this is actually our breakfast menu. So just change that to say breakfast. And then we can see we have all of our menu items right here with our prices and everything. And then we can come back through and add in those descriptions, and then we can add in our lunch and our dinner menu as well. All right, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and add in all of the little descriptions. And then right here, I'll just show you. You see how that automatically updates over here with our little description. And if we want to put if we just want to put in, you can see how that tag adds right there as well. And then, so I will just go ahead and quickly add in the rest of these descriptions and the menu items, and then we'll go ahead and move on to the rest of the site. Okay, now you can see that all of our menu items are input in there, and so we can go down here and click view menu, and then you can see lunch, dinner, all of that. And now let's move on to our daily specials. And so here we can go into our special section, and we can put in and then a section we can just put in Mondays, and let's see right here it pops up with our special section, and we can just add in another special. You see, just put limited time. And then here in our hour section, you can see we already did this inside the generator. And this is our hour section. So the day of the week that it actually is going to be highlighted. So that way people always know if you're open or closed. And so since today's Tuesday, watch, I can just click this. And you can see it says, sorry, we're closed. So nobody ever has to guess whether or not you are open or closed. And then here we've already put 6 photos in when we were inside of the little photo wizard, but this is for your alt text, which is good for SEO. We can see all of our little photos right here. And then here inside of our customer reviews, we already put our testimonials, 6 of them, inside the wizard when we first started. And that's enough for right now, which we can see those right here. And then here in the contact section, that's what's going to be right here. So put visit us today. Then we can see all of our information is right here. Open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then click call us, and then it'll go to call. This right here is the section that is good for SEO. This is what's going to show up inside of Google. So whatever you want your website to say and how you want to show up online, this is the section for that. And then in footer, we can go 2026, sunny side. And then we can see here's all of our social links that we input in that wizard. So if we had our social links, we would put them there. And then if we want to add in our embedded Google Our Business, so that way instead of just the area that it's in to being that specific map, we would input that link right there. And then here's Open Table, here's Toast, here's DoorDash. And then my favorite part about it is that we do directly integrate with Google Analytics. So all you need to do is sign up for Google Analytics, and then they'll give you your tracking code. You paste this in right there, then you click verify, and that's about as easy as it gets. So we'll save our menu. And then, so as you can see right here, we have these colors, and if we're not big fans, up here in the theme settings, like we can see restaurant type, we want to go casual American diner. And then we can see all of the different color schemes right here. So this is like light white with red, but if we want to go blue, we could change that too. And then do this one as well. I actually really like the denim burger, so I'll go with that. And then if you had your specific brand colors, you could go up here into this advanced section, and you could actually specifically change out those as well. So type in your hex colors right there, and just fully take advantage of the editor. And then if you wanted, you know, different text, you could do that as well. And that's about as easy as it gets for creating a restaurant website. I input 3 different menus, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Put 6 photos, 6 testimonials, an about section. We've added the cover photo, the hours, just pretty much everything you can think of all within 30 minutes. And so if you only have one menu, it can take less time than that, but this is just really the easiest way. And then we could go here before we publish if we want to just double check to make sure that that's what we want it to look like. And then we can see here. And then we can just go ahead and close this preview. We're back in the editor and we're ready to publish. So we'll click publish here. Now you can see that we have our link right here. We can go view our site and it's going to pop up in this new window. And then now we can see our menu. It's fully clickable. So if we want to go to a different section, we can. Okay, so now we're going to get to my favorite part of the entire thing, and that is, you saw that we didn't have to add in any code or anything to get this beautiful menu here, right? And then here we can click download menu PDF, and it's going to download that. And you can see here's our breakfast items. Then we get to lunch. Now we get to dinner. And then all the way here at the bottom, we see that we have a QR code that will bring them straight to your domain. And then also, if you have your own stylized PDF menu already, you can actually do that right here in the editor. So if you, let's get out of our theme settings here. See, you can add your own link to your PDF menu, and then that will replace this button here. Okay, so in here you can see, here we have our go live status. So since we fully published, now you see that we have the live URL, which is just the MenuHost.co and then Sunnyside Diner. But if you wanted to add your own custom domain, you would just click here to go to add domain, which would bring you to your settings page. And then inside here, you can see the live link here, and you can edit this log if you want it to be like one word or just however you want it. You can edit that right there, but then your custom domain. And so it says none, add one in custom domain below. And then so here we would just type in the domain that you own. You would have to purchase your domain first, but then you just type it in, and then it tells you in these little simple steps right here, you log into your domain provider. In the DNS record shown, you add these just exactly like this. It's a simple copy and paste. And so you would put the A record, then put @ and host name, and then copy that value, and that would work like that. And then you would add in another value, which would be the C name, so that way you have the www, and then there you go. And then super easy to do. Once that was done, you would click add domain, and then you would click check status, and as soon as it was connected, it will say domain connected. And there we have it. We have our live domain, because I went ahead into my domain provider and added in just these simple things, and I will show you how you can see the live domain. All right. See, it was just that simple to be able to attach a custom domain to the website. All right, and now we're back here in our client dashboard, and I'm going to show you how we can find the sitemap. As you can see right here from your dashboard, you can see here's your site. You can edit, you can view it, you can hit settings, all of these different things, and then right here, you can see your sitemap right there, and then you would just copy this and paste this directly into Google Search Console. But another place, like if you were messing with your domain or anything, you would just click settings here, and then just scroll all the way to the bottom, and then you can see your sitemap right there. And that's as easy as it gets. That's it for creating a website with MenuHost. You can see how it makes creating a restaurant website so easy. It's one page, but it has all the information that Google and new customers can see.